Is my sound audible? Mm, So, quick recap. On December 31st, 2025, a 22-year-old novel lover named Abe falls asleep while reading a cultivation novel at midnight. When he wakes up, he fi- he finds himself in a strange, rundown shed and soon realizes he has transmigrated into the body of a 10-year-old boy named Shi Yan. Through painful memory fragments, Abe learns that Shi Yan was an orphan farmer child from a small village called Kuri. After his parents died while scavenging in the forest, Xian survived on scarce charity until winter and starvation claimed his life. Now trapped in Xian's weak, starving body, Abe struggles to survive. With no food, no valuables left behind, he forages for tree roots in the barren winter forest and returns to the shed as night falls, uncertain of his future but alive in a new world. Ah, so that's the prologue. So you can, join this stream as we write the first chapter. So, as I have written here, the prologue is like this. So, our protagonist, a 22-year-old boy who loves reading cultivation and magic and kingdom building novels. So he sleeps on December 31st of 2025, and the next time he wakes up is in a different world altogether. A rundown house, shed type of house with no parents whose parents had died, and he is now a Shian, a 10-year-old wee boy. So in chapter one, the next morning, the next morning when he wakes up, he although feels hungry, but compared to the day before, he has still a little bit of energy. But compared to the day before, he still has a bit of energy. Okay. Next, after waking up, after waking up, uh, he after waking up when he finds himself in the same old house, himself in the same old run down shed, he finally believes that he has really transmigrated to a new world, really transmigrated to a new world, and maybe he can't go back right now, and he can't go back even if he wishes. So accepting his reality, the first thoughts. So accepting the reality, his first thoughts were if he had received a golden finger or something like that. His thoughts were, hello, Sabi back to Y8. Please help me. keep on interacting and maybe help me writing the story. So, accepting the reality, his first thoughts were, if he has received any, received spelling is wrong, CEI, received any golden finger or not. Next, he mm, next he uh, called out the system if there was a system or something like that. Next, he so what did you say? मेरा नाम लिख दो. What's your name, by the way? Next, so accepting the reality, his first thoughts were if he has received any golden finger or not. Next, he called out the system. Next, he called out the system, but there was no response. But there was no response. Next, he called out the for the system if he received any system, but there was no response. Then he thought, how about a ring inside which a cold monster is there? A ring inside which an old monster might reside. But then he remembered he doesn't even have a ring. But next he remembered he doesn't even have a ring. Mm. So, mm, so what one is watching? So we have one watcher, maybe just one. Anyway, so next he called out for the system, but there was no response. Then he thought, how about a ring inside Hunche and almost most of side, but then he remembered he doesn't even have a ring. Uh, then he thought, how about being a genius and tried to do magic if this was a magic. He tried to summon fire. He tried to summon fire, but nothing happened, of course. Then he tried to sense something. He thought he might be able to sense key, might be able to sense key. But that too didn't work. Yeah, so our protagonist Shian, the body of Shian, the memories of Shian did not have any knowledge about if this was a cultivation world or magic world. So he tried everything, but nothing worked. So what should he do next? As After trying all this for almost an hour or so, or 2 hours, after trying his luck for an hour or two, he became frustrated and gave up. Damn it. Honest, whose protagonist in the novel, yeah, those protagonists in the novel, just start out like overpowered protagonist. Those protagonists in the novel get the golden finger so easily. Why do I have to be so normal? Uh, then he uh, picked up his knife because he was hungry, of course. He was hungry and went out towards the forest to, eat again those roots of the trees to find something to eat. Although his parents died, but it's not Shian, it's now Abe in his body. So Abe wasn't much afraid because, you know, or he was, but he wasn't taking it too much seriously. So after taking the knife, he went to the forest. Inside the, as he ventured out of his house in the morning time, he saw some villagers. He saw some villagers whom he didn't see in the evening yesterday. Maybe because it was afternoon, so they had already went home. Maybe because he thought, maybe because it was late yesterday, there was nobody. Maybe because it was late yesterday, there was nobody when he went out. Some villagers looked towards him, but Abe, not being familiar with them, uh, simply passed by. Yeah? As he went inside the forest, he walked quite a bit, but finding nothing of value. But finding nothing of value, he but finding nothing of value, uh, he then dig out some fruits, and ate a few. Then packing a few for later. Then packing a few for later. He then then packing a few for later. He then mm, returned home. So our protagonist, after returning, he decided to uh, talk with the other villagers to gain a bit of knowledge about to gain a bit of knowledge about this world. As Abe was looking around, he saw a mm, middle-aged man sitting by a house, bathing under the sunshine. Okay. Mm, bathing under the sunshine. He walked up to him. Um, hello, sir. Hello, sir. Uh, hello, sir. But uh, he was a bit stuck as how to continue because he was never a good conversationist. He only talked freely with his friends. Are you like that too? Cause a lot of us, which we are, what is the name? Introvert. Introvert. We don't talk too much. We, are kind of shy. We don't know why, but we don't want to talk first, or don't want to initiate the conversation. But but with friends, we could talk for hours. Are you like that too? Maybe, I don't know. You can text up if you're watching. So he only talked freely with his friends and wasn't good at talking. But to know more about this world, he had to talk. He had to talk. So gathering up his courage, gathering up his courage, he began talking. Started again. Abhi, uh, I gathered some fruits. Do you wanna have? I would like to give. Would like to gift them to you. This was the best he could come up with, because you know, to initiate a conversation first, you need to have, he wasn't known to this person. Maybe the previous Shian might have known, but not him. So he decided to, gift him something, then ask the later questions. I gathered some roots. I would like to give them to you. Abe said. The middle-aged man looked at him, and with a sigh he said, "No need. You keep them. No need. You need them more. Your parents were poor. Your parents were poor, and you must not have much food at home. Must not have. You might not have, and you must not have much food at home. Uh, it's better to eat it yourself." Oh, we had 8 viewers a few minutes back. Oh, yet I guess is the live chat working? And the video is clear, right? Hmm. Uh, so we have 8 viewers right now. Put the space after the comma, please. Uh, which one are you talking about? Okay, no need. You need them more. Your parents were poor, and thank you, Orion Cat 823. Okay. I don't know which comma you are saying, but okay. The middle-aged man looked at him with a sign. He said, with a sigh, he said, sigh, S-I-G-H, sorry. With a sigh, he said, "No need. You need them more. Your parents were poor, and you must not have much food at home. It's better to eat it yourself." Uh, Abe felt like this person wasn't bad. Well, mostly villagers aren't bad. They, cooperate with each other. It's kind of like the city people who wanna have a cutthroat competition with each others. So where was I? Abe felt like this person wasn't bad, so he sat beside him, and uh, started talking. Started talking. Okay. Uh, I had a fever for a few days. He thought that Uh, if he gives them a reason, like, you know, he had forgotten his memories, it might be better for him to continue. I had a fever a few days back, and when I woke up, most of my memories were hazy. I just remember that my parents died and I now live alone. Can you please tell me more about what should I do to earn? Mm, so, okay. Uh, we have how many? Two viewers. Thanks for watching. Let's continue. The middle-aged man. What should you name him? Uh, mm, 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 mm. What should you name him? Any suggestions? Chat. Um, what should you name? Mm, Like, sh- um, what? Or, Ori? Oran? 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 Sabi? Is the first one who had who sent the chat? Sabi. Let's name him this one. The middle-aged man, Sabi, uh, mm, was surprised at this revelation. But you had a fever and now you have no memories. You had a fever and now you have no memories. This was surprising for him. Um, okay. Mm, are you all right now? Are you feeling all right now? Um, Sabi was a good person. Let's let it be determined later. So, the middle-aged man Sabi was surprised at the revelation. What? You had a fever and now you have no memories. Are you feeling all right now? Abe laughed it off. I am all right now. Can you tell me? I'm alright. Maybe the pain of losing my parents and the cold night had its impact on my mind. Abhi laughed it off. I'm alright. Maybe the pain of losing my parents and the cold night had its impact on my mind. Abhi felt bad for Abhi or Shian. Sabi felt bad for Shian. It's alright. Get a grip on yourself as you might slowly remember we are poor villagers and the only thing we can do is farming, and the only thing we can do is farming. Farming. Mm, 5 months. Uh, um, what more? Oh, we have one viewer. Is that actually me? Because I have turned on my laptop. So, well, what more should he write? Well, it's kind of getting boring, right? I know it's a long story. It's gonna be a long story because mm, uh, what should I'm thinking about including all those main characters in those other novels like Hanli who had a magical bottle which could age plants and like Yankai who's got a book and got a golden skeleton and many others. I want to integrate them in these stories and it's a cultivation story as you might have already known by the title. So it's just a beginning. So please, you stay with me as I write this. Uh, we'll slowly, discover the world as uh, he progresses, as the story progresses. So now he's learning about farming. So as such, he learned farming as from the suggestions uh, from Sabi. He began. He understood the basics and he knew that after winter had passed, he had to begin tilling the field and planting and growing crops. Then he have to pay taxes. That's the life of a farmer, right? So from the suggestions from Sabi, he understood the basics and he knew that after winter has passed, he had to, you know, after winter had passed, he had to till the FI field and grow crops. Well, he could, introduce modern technology in this world, but that's a long shot. Uh, he had to first understand the world, its needs, right? You can't just, in put a bread in a village where there is no concept of flour or yeast, something like that. So everything follows a basic law. So yeah. So where were we? As for the suggestions from Sabi, he understood the basics. He knew that after the winters passed, he had to till the crops and grow crops, till the field and grow crops. Then he had to pay taxes. Uh, After getting the basic ideas, basic knowledge about the village and country and king, returned back home. Okay. So what did he learn? Number one, this world was huge and Sabi was just a villager and he had no knowledge of the world. Was just a villager with no knowledge of the world. Next, number two, this country was named. What should we name him? Any ideas? Um, what should we name him? Uh, what should we name him? Uh, since it's a starter country, uh, what should we name him, guys? Mm, what should we name him? Mm, what naming system should we give? Mm, uh, we can give a real world like China, like US, America, England. No, no, right. It's gonna create a divide type. So what name? What name should we give? Should we give? Uh, anyone? Any suggestions? Mm, what we give? Its nice name is the village name is Kuri, right? Uh, how about K for Kunlun? Kunlun, yes. Kunlun. Kunlun. Kunlun, yes. The country was Kunlun. Its king was Kun. Its king was its king was King Kun Kun. King Kun. Kunlun's king is King Kun. Okay. So well, okay. And this is an this country was named Kunlun. Its king was King Kun. And what more? Okay. Sorry for the delay. There was a bit of a situation. So the this country was named Kunlun. Its king was King Khun, and what? You have to pay taxes. How many times are you gonna, write this? Sorry. Uh, so after the initial, after the initial excitement of the transmi transmigration, transmigration subsided. After the initial excitement of the transmigration subsided, it became a boring world. Okay, he was 10 years old, but he didn't wanna play with those 10-year old kids. He had desired to transmigrate to a cultivation world, but no information on that, and thus his boring life began. For the next 1 month, where he just where he just went to the forest, brought some roots, ate them, and slept. Went to the forest, via some roots, got some roots, and where he just went to the forest, brought some roots, and slept. After the winter season was over, some action began. Villagers now went out to you know plow the fields, and since he was the only kid, uh, he himself had to till plow all his fields. Rest had some, and again we have zero viewers. So 45, 46 minutes of live streaming. Okay. After the winter season was over, some action began. Villagers now went out to plow the fields, and since he was the only kid, he himself had to plow all the fields. Uh, he himself had to plow all the fields, all his fields. Okay. Others had elders. Why no one helped him? You ask, cause everyone is busy saving their asses. Everyone is busy saving their asses. Okay. Hmm. Well, zero viewers gives me, kind of a bad feeling. Well, anyway, um, why not help him? Ask, because everyone busy saving their asses. Uh, they got their own fields to plow and to seeds before rainfall. Okay, so this was the reason no one helped him. As the months, as the days passed, as the days passed, as the days passed. Okay, we are gonna continue this a bit later. Okay, then let's end this live stream.